Plants are not hard. You're just doing this wrong. In this video, I'm gonna share 5 rules how to keep any plant alive. Hey guys, welcome back to GEGEVlog. So for those of you who know me, I actually had no plants about 5 years ago. I was a little scared that I would just kill them, so I just never ended up buying a plant until I met my roommate. She had her whole room filled with plants. It looked like Jurassic Park in there. So I asked her, I was like, how do you do this? She's an environmental scientist, so she gave me a few tips and she was like, hey, you have to start somewhere. Just start with one plant and then you can go from there. Here we are years later. My very first plant was this plant. After I got that plant and it was doing so well, I ended up adopting another plant that my other roommate left behind after she moved away. That plant was dying. It wasn't doing very well. So I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna take you and just do these 5 things that I've been doing with the first plant that I got. And believe it or not, it's grown about 15 to 20 feet since I took that plant in and started taking care of it. So I truly believe in these 5 rules that I'm gonna share with you guys today, that they actually work. And it's not just on easy plants. I actually since have gotten some more difficult plants. A fig leaf tree, which is actually considered a pretty complicated plant to take care of. Another plant is elephant ears. This is my most recent plant. This plant has just thrown out a new leaf, which is this one, and it's just such a beautiful plant. I'm excited to see how big it gets. Now, it's pretty fresh. I think it's been about a couple months that I've gotten this plant and replanted. Sometimes it could take them some time to get used to the new environment, the new space that it's in, and it might go through something like this. As you can see on this leaf, it's just having a little hard time on the edges. But this new one that came out is looking beautiful, and we're gonna keep watching it, making sure that this plant is happy. And I'm also going to do a few things that I'm sharing from the rules today to kind of help the plant get past this that it's been struggling with. I hope that in about 2 months, I'll make another video to share how much better this plant is doing and how much bigger it's got. On to the next plant. So this is my money tree. And of course, what's a home without a snake plant? So this is my snake plant. It has grown a little bit since I've gotten it. I think it just needs a bigger pot if I want it to get much taller. But it's doing pretty great. This plant is actually the easiest plant to take care of. It does not require much light at all. So if you're trying to find a plant that could be in a more darker space and doesn't require much water, this is your guy, a snake plant. Those are just the ones that I could just grab and show you guys quickly. A lot of my other plants are behind me. I have a monstera, the monkey mask that's going up the wall behind me, and 2 golden pothos. In order to keep all these plants healthy, I do 5 simple things. Number 5, good vibes. Believe it or not, there has been a study done where there would be 2 plants, same kind, in the same environment, but a little bit different approach. One would always be talked to positively and the other would always be cursed. And guess what? The one that they would talk to positively was a lot longer and healthier than the one that they would curse. If you guys don't believe me, I'm gonna link the study below in the description so you guys can check it out for yourselves and see how that experiment went and what happened. I highly recommend you guys to check it out if you really think that this is just BS that I'm talking about. Number 4, give it room to grow. What I mean by that is if it's looking like it needs more space, get it a bigger pot. Replant it into a bigger pot so the roots can grow and get bigger. As you can see, the monstera behind me, that plant had its roots coming out of the pot. So I ended up buying this huge pot that the monstera is in, and now it's thriving and doing so well, and it's got a lot bigger since. Number 3, feed your plants. Obviously, your soil is gonna lose the nutrients over time because it's in a pot. It's not out in the wild where there could be other nutrients in the ground. Your plants are obviously going to consume those nutrients that are in the soil. And at a certain point, you're gonna need to add some more nutrients for your plant. What I use is these plant food sticks that I stick into the pot on both sides of the plant. And I usually do that every 3 to 6 months. I order mine from Amazon. I'm gonna link it below in the description so you guys can try them out and see how your plant likes it. Number 2, water your plant right. So I'm actually going to make a video on this particular topic because a lot of people don't understand how to water their plants. A lot of times you could be overwatering your plant where the soil's always wet and your plant is not getting enough time to just take in the water into the roots and not getting that time to be in dry soil. A lot of things can come from that. You can start to get mold around your plant. I've actually encountered that issue. So what I decided that I needed to do is buy a self-watering pot. Self-watering pots are actually amazing. They're a trend now. Basically what you do is you put water into the pot that's on the outside of the pot, and then you have another pot that contains your plant. A lot of times you can either bring out a piece of the root from the plant so that it can be touching the water on the inside of the pot, or you can have a string attached to the pot and attached to the inside of the pot where the plant is, so your roots can feed off of the water. So the string will basically draw water from the inside of the pot to the other pot that your plant is in and bring water into that pot that way. And so it'll keep the soil moist. You just watch those water levels and make sure that they don't go all the way down, that you have enough water in there to be able to keep your plant hydrated and happy. And number 1, last but not least, find the perfect lighting for your plant. If your plant is not in a great lighting condition, it's going to struggle. I remember when I took over the Pathos plant and I was trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And I remember I actually just moved to a new place. I had lots of light in that place and I placed the Pathos on top of my kitchen cabinets where there was a window right next to it and lots of sunlight coming in, especially at the end of the day when the sun was going down. I immediately noticed how much happier that plant got in that direct sunlight. It means a lot for the plant to be able to get enough lighting. So some plants are gonna require more lighting than others. Like the snake plant doesn't really care about light. It could be in a dark room and it's gonna do just fine. Or like a cactus could always be in the sunlight. It's not gonna dry up at all. It needs the sun to thrive. So it really depends on what type of plant you have. So you really got to read the instructions, do some research online when you're buying a plant, look up the name, see the care instructions, see the lighting instructions, and follow those carefully. Plants really need those specific environments to be able to thrive. Now see, those 5 things are really not that hard. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And also don't forget to click the bell button if you haven't already, so you can see all the new videos that I'm posting weekly. Thank you guys again, and I will see you guys in the next video.